So it is given that alpha is equals to minus of beta, and this is fx is x cube minus 5x square minus 16x plus 80. This implies that alpha plus beta should be equals to 0. Now I am having cubic equation, so I should be having three values of x, that means three zeros of x, and which we take is alpha, beta and gamma. So what we have studied in the last video is that alpha plus beta plus gamma, it should be equals to negative of coefficient of x square, that is minus 5, and coefficient of x cube divided by coefficient of x cube, that is 1. So it is equals to 5. Now alpha plus beta is 0, so I can write it 0, and then gamma is equals to 5. So the value of gamma is 5. Now the product of these zeros is alpha, beta and gamma is minus of constant term. What is my constant term is 80 upon coefficient of x square is 1. So now gamma is 5, so I can write 5 in place of gamma, alpha beta into gamma, and if it into 5 is equals to minus 80. Now here it is multiplied, so when it goes here, so it will become divided by 80, and 80 is divided by 5, so here we go is minus 16. Now alpha plus beta is equals to 0, that means alpha is minus of beta. If I write alpha is equals to minus beta, so minus beta into beta is minus 16, and negative negative cancel out, this will become beta square is 16 and beta is plus minus 4. So now if my beta is 4, then alpha should be equals to negative of 4 and gamma is 5. Or if beta is negative of 4, alpha is 4 and gamma remains same as 5. So the last example I am taking is, find all the zeros of fx if the two of its zeros are root 2 and minus root 2. So now the two zeros are given as root 2 and minus root 2. That means if what is given is x is equals to root 2 and x is equals to negative of root 2. If I'll put root 2 and negative of root 2, I'll get 0 from this equation. So I can rewrite it as x minus root 2 equals to 0 and x plus root 2 equals to 0. So if I'll multiply this equation, that means x minus root 2 and x plus root 2, what we'll get is, it's a minus b and a plus b. The int will be a square minus b square. So x square minus 2. So now to find out the other zeros, what I have to do is, I have to divide the complete fx equation by this equation, and whatever we'll get, we'll do the middle term splitting or factoring. So again the division rule, x square minus 2, and I'll write it here, 2x4 minus 3x cube minus 3x square plus 6x minus 2. The same rule I have applied in earlier questions. This is x square, I need x4 and I need 2, so 2x square, I'll get 2x4 minus 4x cube, 4x square, I'll get 4x square. So now if I'll subtract it like this, I can't subtract x cube and x square, so I have to write x cube separately, that is minus 3x cube. I have to solve this, minus 3 plus 4, that is plus x square, and I'll write the left equation also. So x square plus 6x minus 2. Now I need minus 3, I need 1x, so minus 3x cube, and again minus minus plus, it is 6x, so I have to write it in place of with the coefficient of x, that is 6x, so I'll write 6x here, that is positive of 6x. And now subtract it, we can write 0 here, so subtract it, it's positive, negative, negative, this will cancel out, this will cancel out, what is left is x square minus 2. Now here it is x square minus 2, I need x square minus 2, so what I need is multiplied with 1, so x square minus 2, sign change, cancel out. So what is left is 2x square minus 3x plus 1. So I have to do the middle term splitting. How we can do it is multiply a and c. So multiply a and c, that means a is the coefficient of x square, c is the constant term. So if I'll multiply, it is 2, b is negative of 3. If I'll factor 2, it will come as 2 and 1. So what I told you in earlier video is that if the middle term is negative and all other values are positive, I have to add the factors of the a and c. So I have to add 2 and 1. So 2x square minus 2x minus x plus 1, and taking common 2x, x minus 1, taking negative of 1 common, x minus 1, again x minus 1 common, and what is left is 2x minus 1. So from here we can write is that the zeros of x is 1 and 1 by 2. So earlier we had x is equals to root 2 and minus root 2, and now we have x is equals to 1 and half. So the all the zeros of x, because here I told you that we have it's biquadratic equation. So in biquadratic equation we should have the values of x that is equals to the highest degree. That means here we have 4 x to the power 4. So we need 4 values of x. Earlier we had 2 values, now we have 2 more values. So these are the roots. So x is equals to, so I can write it as x is equals to 1 half root 2 and negative of root 2. So this was the last question of the polynomial. If you have any question on polynomial or any of the topic, so you can write it to me with extensive edu at gmail.com. Thank you.